Good? All good. All right, welcome and welcome everyone. Now we're going to kick off. This is a really action-packed, awesome training session, and it's all about sales training. Okay, so I think it's really in this business, sales training underpins everything that you do. Okay, so whether it's something that you're into or not, it's something that's really important. So we've already done this. You've all been really good at having a look at and really understanding your why. And as I said to you, the reason that we do that, we made you put that in the blueprint, is because your why is what keeps you going when you have a bad day, right? When you have that bad day and it's really tough, your why will propel you forward and keep you going in life, right? It's not just in this business, it's in life. When you have a bad day, it's like, okay, let's really take a step back and think about the big picture, about what I've achieved so far and what I'm trying to achieve here, and that will propel you forward. So we've already done that. You've already done your business goals, so you've all written down. And can I just say how proud I've been to read your blueprints and talk to you about your vision and your motivations for your business. You've got such powerful whys and such fantastic goals that you want to achieve in your business, and I'm really excited to be on this journey with you, working together to see what we can achieve as a team. So well done all of you for that. Okay, so when we talk about sales training, the first thing that people normally say is, yeah, I know I'm in business, and I really don't like to sell, okay? And I know everyone, well, not everyone, some people love to sell, right? Like some people absolutely just think this is the most awesome thing. But for the majority of people, it's tough. We don't like to be pushy. We don't want to feel like we're making people do things, right? Would that be fair? People just tend to sort of get a little nervous and anxious about doing the sales things. But can I say to you, if you are in business, you're in sales. You have got to shift your thinking, and we're going to be doing some training about mindset and the way that you think. But now is the time. You draw a line in the sand now and start to think about your business differently. Because if you think about it as a chore, and so many times I speak to consultants, they're like, oh, you know, I just sort of sat back and waited, and I didn't want to seem pushy. It's like you have to learn to love. Seriously, you've got to learn to love telling people about what you do and the products that you love in the most effective way for you, okay? Because you're going to, at times, you're going to have awesome parties where women are just falling over themselves, and you're going to have some times where people are feeding you objections. And I know this, and I'm going to do a separate post tomorrow around the comments that I know some of you made about a couple of parties that some girls had where, you know, people weren't very, the girls at the party were not very supportive and not really into it, and throwing out a whole load of objections. And I'm going to do a separate post on that tomorrow, because I'm going to really specifically drill down into some of that feedback and give you some ways to manage it, okay? But this is more about saying, as a general rule, when someone says, what do? You've got to be able to launch into, oh my God, thank you so much for asking, because I actually love what I do. I think it is the most amazing thing in the world. And when you talk about your products, it's the same thing. It's like anything in life, in that the products aren't all about you, okay? And look, I've struggled with products that I've added to the PASH range over the years, because I've gone, I really don't think we need masturbation devices in our range. You know, I really do think, I really struggled with a lot. And then until somebody pointed out to me, you know what, it's not about you. And in fact, this product, like the male mood pleaser, I was really reluctant to put in, because I was like, oh, what do we want to carry a product like that for? We're all about women and empowering women. Until somebody showed me how it actually worked and how it did empower women, particularly if you don't like giving oral sex. It's the most amazing product. Now, whenever I do parties and I talk about that product, I would sell 10 of them, because the women are like, yeah, that's fantastic. There's a benefit in it to me. So my point is, I learned to love the products that I talk about, because if I'm selling something, I don't necessarily think that product is great or love it, but 3 people in the room, that might be the one thing that they are looking for. So it is such a powerful tool when you can be really honest and excited about talking not only about your business, but also about the products. So let's do this thing, and I know this is the first thing that women really struggle with, or people often will struggle with when they first start, because can I say one thing, that weird equals weird, right? So think about it. If somebody says to you, oh, what's this PASH thing, and you aren't comfortable talking about what it is you do, and you go, well, it's this, we sell stuff and it's all really great, the person you're speaking to is going to go, there's something a little weird about that. So weird equals weird. If you are not feeling pumped and really excited about what it is that you're doing in the products, the other person is neither. So what does somebody say when they say, well, what's this PASH thing? Okay, I am so excited that you asked me that, because I am passionate about helping women. I believe that happiness is not negotiable, particularly for women, and how we live sensually is a really important part of happiness. PASH is an Australian company, which is really important to me, and it's dedicated to empowering women through knowledge. So really helping women understand support, so providing that level of support, and also by offering a range of essential products, which are all about helping women live happier, more fulfilling lives. It's really about women helping women, no matter what their life stage. So, for example, you've just mentioned you've just had a baby, and I don't know about you, but I had a lot of post-baby sexual wellness issues with my pelvic floors. And the relationship really struggled because I was so tired, and my boobs hurt and my bits hurt. And we have an amazing range of products which help strengthen pelvic floor muscles, will help get that libido back, and will enhance your relationship. And this is all done in a fun, nurturing environment that suits you. So wherever that might be, it could be online, it could be offline. And we discuss options, either online, face-to-face, or with a group of your friends. That's what PASH is about. So now you need to do that in a way that you feel comfortable. And then the other really question that you might get is like, oh, do you sell sex toys? And I don't think people love that. Again, it's not about being defensive, but it's about shifting people's perception. Well, actually, we sell gorgeous lingerie, divine pampering products, and a range of beautiful boudoir accessories. Essentially, there's something for everyone. Our range does include love toys and sexual wellness products, and they're all designed to enhance romance and relationship. Look, we're all adults here. 99% of women are going to be sexually active at some point in their lives. Let's face it, it is an important part of life. And yet we get so embarrassed talking about anything to do with being intimate. I believe wholeheartedly that women have the right to high quality products. We're not the cheapest, but we're the best. We've got some great products, and our products are really well priced, something for everyone. And also you get the information that is going to enhance your life. So different products for different women with different needs. I promote positive sexual wellness for women, and helping women feel empowered about seeking the information they need. Happiness to me is not negotiable. So you see my point. Now, I'm not selling to you, but that's the fundamental platform for everything that I do in business when we talk about selling, and it's really important that you get there. And then the third thing you might get is, I hate party plan. And it's a valid thing. People have some real old style views of what party plan is. And so to that, I would say something like, if you like me believe that happiness is not negotiable, you know how important and fabulous it is to connect with friends to chat. Look, PASH is almost more of a social club. It's a great chance to get together with the girls over a drink and discuss and be enlightened. Of course, we offer direct social options and personal one-on-one experiences. It's really flexible, casual, and importantly, really fabulous fun. So my point is, you really need to nail how you talk about your business, because that is the fundamental, the thing underneath it all that is going to help really propel and get you to talk really confidently about your business. There it is. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. Let's talk about some facts and the process, because what I want you to do is turn from being not so that keen on selling to go, I love to sell. It's amazing. All right. Here's few stats which you might find a little surprising, but it really reinforces some important things when you're in your business. So 48% of salespeople never follow up with a prospect. Can you believe that? Half the people don't even bother. 25% of salespeople make a second contact and stop. 12%, only 12% make 3 contacts, and only 10% make more than 3 contacts. And then, and this is the way that sales work. 2% made on the first contact, so half the people haven't even bothered. And then 25% might make a second contact, and only 3% of sales are made on that one. 5% on the third contact, 10% on the fourth, and 80% are made on the 5th to 12th contact. So that's not our business, that's across the board statistics. So think about that when you've lost your will to keep following up. So you need to have a sales plan, and it's really very simple. It's not complex. There's no silver bullet here. Sorry, I know we all look for that silver bullet. There's no silver bullet, but there are some proven techniques which will help you get there. The first one is really understand your challenges and learn how to overcome them. Whether it's you're disorganized, you don't like to make that phone call, you make one and you think you won't bother them anymore. I want you to think of those things. So think about what your challenges are. Create a bit of a system, a process. You have to have a system. I'm going to talk to you about pretty much what I do. It's really basic, but it's really important that you are strategic in the way that you approach it and you're consistent. Follow up, hopefully what you've seen is the key. The fortune is in the follow up. And really learn to enjoy the process. You'll start to see the results if you start to put in some of these techniques, and that is going to get you pumped about where your business can get to, all right? So firstly, think about what's stopping you. Like, what is stopping you having a more successful business? These are the things that stop most people having a successful business. It's why most businesses fail, small businesses don't keep going, because people panic. They have self-doubt. They don't believe that they've got what it takes to be great. They don't know how, and they're not tapping into the resources and the training and the support that's there. They don't know enough, so they're not applying themselves and really looking beyond just what's in front of them. They can't ask for money. Now, this is something quite interesting with women particularly, that we have a real aversion to asking for the sale. And it's something that we have to learn to overcome. You know, it's a thing that you should put right out there at front and be really confident when you talk about your business. And these sales techniques is not just about, whilst I'm skewing it a little bit to obviously sponsoring, all these techniques apply to any part of your business, no matter what you want to do. So whether that is just selling product, selling parties, or selling the opportunity, these all apply. Don't follow up is probably the number one. Now, hopefully I'm starting to change your thinking around how important that consistent follow-up is. And then, of course, a lot of people just don't want to be pushy. And as I said at the start, it's about loving what you do, loving what you're selling. And if you do that, you're not pushy. Think about Apple stores. Like, I mean, people go into them because they're evangelical and they love the stores. The salespeople, they're not pushy. I know it's a slightly different environment, but they love what they do, don't they? When you go into those stores, those Apple stuff, they just are so passionate about what they do. You know, it's not, they don't have to be pushy because they just tell you what you need to know and you'll buy based on that. So, of course, the first part of it's about filling the funnel. So whether it's leads for parties, just sales, or consultant leads, it's really about continuously filling that sales funnel. So the first step's about identifying leads. Now, as we go through this training program, Tash is going to be drilling down into some of these things in a lot more detail. What I'm trying to do is to really help you understand a process and a structure to put in place as the first step. Then as you go through your training, what I'm expecting you to do is to be filling each of those things with other techniques, other ideas, and other tactical ways to deliver on this, all right? So firstly, you've got to really look at getting those leads and understand where you can generate those leads. Now, there are so many different ways that you can generate leads. As I said, we're going to drill down further in other modules, but you've got yourself, so your parties, your networking. If you're not involved in networking groups in your area online, I really encourage you. If you're not attending events and doing things to promote your business, I encourage you. Shopping, cafe, banks, wherever you are with your things. And we're producing some great new collateral that's going to help as well. So I've got some awesome, almost like postcards that you will distribute to all the elite members as part of your progression in this course. And they're really great, sort of generic, just a bit more about PASH in between a business card and a flyer with lots of information. So you'll all be getting some of those once we've got them done. Online, so Facebook groups, chat rooms, comments in forum. You'll be surprised how effective they can be if you're consistent. And then obviously the phone. Oh, please don't stop speaking to people. In today's day and age, we do have a tendency to do everything online. So the power of speaking to people directly is amazing. So you've got party guests, follow-up interest, inquiries, and of course leads through head office, which we will pass on. So I talked about a system of follow-up, and this is a system you can use whether it's for consultant leads or party leads or just customers. I suggest, and I'll send this through to you, a simple Excel spreadsheet I find is really effective with backup through my calendar. So all I do is I have a spreadsheet where I put all the information, I color code everything by hot leads, warm leads, follow-up leads, dates that need to be followed up, and I put everything in my diary as well. Not rocket science, but whatever you do, you need to have a system so that you take the stress out of trying to remember is the most important thing. And diary notes popping up are great because you can then just follow everything up. So make sure you have a system in place. Now, I'm going to send you through tomorrow a 10-step sales process that is all about talking about your business in a formula that I'm using. So anyone that's new that has joined and has maybe spoken to me when they were looking at joining, you would have heard me go through this. And I'm not going to go through it in loads of detail tonight, but I would be happy to do it individually with you. But essentially there's 10 steps, right? And I'm going to take you through that in a minute. So the first, or the 7 steps in this, and then 10-step sale process. So the first step in your formula is to be prepared. So make sure that you've always got the information that you need to hand. Okay, checklists, info, forms, all of those things. Make sure you have them readily available in a folder. Rehearse your pitch. Now, you've heard me just talk about my pitch about PASH, and I would love for you to really look at how you nail that, and you practice so that it's natural and it's personal to you. And no matter who you're speaking to, whether it's an 80-year-old grandmother or a 20-year-old sex worker, whoever it might be, whatever their spectrum is, that you are able to talk about your business in a way which makes sense and gets them excited. It's really important to obviously be how you gain trust and build rapport. So that's through ongoing communication. Really look at anticipating questions. So if you are constantly getting asked, there are some frequently asked questions, and I'll send those through to you as well, that people will ask. And so I'll send those through to you so that you have them. And it's everything from, well, am I going to make money out of this? How much time do I need to invest? And responses to all of those. So I'll send that through to you as well. Provide the solution. So the solution, and I say that in here like that because if it could be a product, or it could be the business opportunity, or it could be a party. So I only ever give people a couple of options. That's why you don't need all the products at all your parties. People are looking for simple choices. It's like, make it easy for me. Say, you can have this one or this one. That's what I'd recommend. So be really tight with the way that you talk about it. Close the deal. Don't be afraid, please, to close that deal. To say at the end of it, is there anything stopping you moving forward? Let's book that date in now. Let's book our coffee chat. Don't be afraid to close the sale. It's so important. You miss out on so much by not having the confidence to just ask that question at the end. And remember, you're in control. You're the businesswoman here, and you need to believe that you are in control. You won't know all the answers. You won't know all the situations, but you do learn every time you do something. So believe that you're in control and you have the ability to make it happen. because success is really a matter of getting started, taking that first step, thinking, analysing, planning, trying it, doing it, trying it again, doing it again, and keeping on doing it. That's how people succeed. And if you look at any people who have been really successful in business, you'll see that that is the path that they follow. There's a lot of that, right? There's a lot of that along the way for everyone. Bill Gates, no exception. Okay, so the 10-step sales system that I'm going to send you through tomorrow, it's a scripted sales system. You will want to modify it to suit your personality, right? But this is a model that I have taken from a sales course that I did that is really effective. And I have personally noticed in the sales calls that I do, so to people who are interested in jumping on board with PASH, I have used a different technique and I have found it to be a lot more effective, okay? So I've been honing this system and it works, all right? So, and you can take the paperwork with you. The good thing is you can physically have this paperwork with you when you're speaking to someone about the business opportunity. It doesn't look like it's rehearsed. It looks like you're professional. So, and that's what they do. This woman takes them into all her business meetings. It's a proven formula. So the first thing is the perfect pitch, so the intro, which is what I just talked about there. I would say my why basically for starting PASH was because I really believe that women have the right to feel empowered and to be able to have honest, open conversations around sexual wellness without feeling embarrassed. And I spoke to so many women that felt the same way, that felt that sex and intimacy and sexual wellness is such an important part of women's lives, but we're too embarrassed to have a conversation. So my why is I love seeing women like you become successful. I love seeing women's lives change because they are using the right products or they are starting to invest in the intimacy or their relationship. That's my why. I really get such an amazing sense of satisfaction around it. And what PASH does is provides a business in a box. So it's something that is, you get all the tools, all the support, everything that you need to get started, and hopefully it becomes a business that they'll love. So this is all scripted out and you can use my words or a thing. So you start off with your why to get them interested. We often talk about using a metaphor or analogy to help women visualize, we're very visual creatures, what this can mean for them. So if I'm talking to a mum who's stuck at home with young kids and really wants to get into this business because they are wanting to get out the house, I would say something like, you know, being at home can sometimes be like a lion in a budgie's cage. You know, you're just cooped in and you want to get out. I'll always ask them if they've done direct selling before and how that was for them. What did they love about it? What didn't they like about it? And from that, I'm really trying to listen to what their motivations are and what's worked for them. And then I will use that back. So if they say to me, yes, I did blah, beauty, whatever before, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. I loved getting out and meeting people, but you know, I found it a bit hard because I wasn't getting parties. No one wanted makeup parties. You know, I can then use that. I would then relay that back to them when I'm having the conversation with them. So, okay, so it's great that you loved doing your direct selling business. You love that social interaction. We really encourage that, and it's great. There's such a supportive group of PASH consultants. You'll love that social interaction. And the good thing is, yes, there's lots of beauty products out there, but the products that we sell, the women are really interested in hearing about them and getting your knowledge. So you'll find that great because the women will be interested in booking with you. So I always then go through the don't worry, I'm going to give you this script. So I then talk about expectations of what we expect and what they can expect from PASH and what we expect of people. And you should say what you expect of people joining your team. So this is all around getting people that want to work with you. So I always say, you know, you can expect support from us. You'll get all the systems and the procedures and a commitment to continuing to be a better company for all consultants and the leading sexuality business in Australia. We're going to continue to innovate and grow. That's what you can expect of us. what I expect when someone joins PASH is that they're committed to our philosophy, that they share our values about empowering women and wanting to help women live happier, more fulfilling lives, that you're committed to doing the training. Like, if you're not going to do any training, this business isn't going to work for you, because knowledge is power, and that you're committed to living by the PASH values and delivering on the promise that we offer. So, be really clear in what you expect. It's really important. I then go through a series of questions with them. So I first ask them, look, Jenny, I'd love to ask you some questions, because I'd like to understand if we're going to be the right company for you, and also that you're going to be the right fit for us. Is that okay? Can I ask you some questions? And they'll go, yeah, that's fine. So then there's a series of questions that you ask them, and I'll talk you through those in a sec, to really, and this is all about listening, okay? You then, at the end of those questions, when you've understood where they're at, what they're interested in, what do they want to do, you can then talk about the solution, which is, I think you'd be a great fit. I'd love to have you in my team. Here are the kit options. This is what it costs. You then ask them, is there anything that you need to hear from me today that will help you make the right decision to join my team? Would you like to speak to head office? I've got some testimonials. I can talk more about my business. Is there anything that you need to help you make that decision? No? Great. Well, look, the next step would be, I've got the paperwork here. I'd love to sit down and go through that with you now. Is that sound like a great idea? All right. So you go through this process. And I really want to see you all give this a go, because I've found it really effective. The number one rule when you're going through this is to what? Listen. It's really important. If you are talking, not like I am now, right? But if you are talking that whole way through, you are not understanding, you're not listening. You really need to let them talk. The reason why you ask them questions is so that you really are forced to sit back and listen. So important. These are the questions that we go through. I'm not going to go through them now, because they really are just questions that you go through, and you'll have these written down in front of you. These are not things to remember, because you should be making notes as you go through. You look professional, you look organised, and you'll make sure you go through everything. And it really is just trying to get an understanding of where they're at and what their pain points are, so you can provide a really fantastic solution by working with you as part of your team. How awesome will that be? So again, these are just all the questions. Okay, and it's about helping them visualize. Where would you expect to be 1 year from now? What do you want to achieve with your business? You're helping them really understand their why, and helping them understand why this would be a great opportunity for them. And then as you're going through, and at the end, what you do is you use their key words. So whatever it is that they've talked about it, you feed those words back to them. Oh, Jenny, you said to me that you find it, you're not sure whether you're going to be able to sell. Look, this business isn't for everyone, but from what you've said to me, you seem to have a great passion and a wonderful way, and you mentioned about your desire to develop that confidence professionally, is what you were just saying to me. So you use their keywords back at them to keep them engaged. And through that, then you're integrating their pain, their reason why they've approached you in the first place, or they've thought about it in the first place. And then you can really talk to them about the outcome. And one of the most important things is closing the deal. Don't leave it open. Okay, and this can apply to having a party booked. It doesn't have to be about sponsoring. It should be for anything. Don't be afraid to close the deal. Is there anything else you need to see or hear to make an informed decision to join the team, or book that party, or buy this product? Okay, you wouldn't go through all of that if they're just buying something, but use these techniques to help you hone your skills. And there's plenty of things that you can offer them if they do think that they want a little bit more. It's a great way to keep them engaged. It keeps that ongoing. Remember, it's not necessarily you're going to nail them that moment, whether it's a booking or a consultant lead or a sale. You might need to follow up and offer them other things. So can talk about some proof points, show them what they can earn with the business, talk about the options available with the costs. I'm going to send you through all of this, plus the frequently asked questions sheet, case studies, testimonials, and make sure if this is a sponsoring lead, that you have all the information that you need there in front of you, because if they're ready to go, you want to make sure that you are as well. Okay, so closing the deal. Now, I don't know how to stress this any more than I have, but follow up, follow up, follow up. Please phone first. Please don't rely on social media. I mean, you can use social media, of course, but particularly if you've not spoken to them, really getting them on the phone is the most powerful way. Then, of course, follow up in every way you've got. Now, I all know, because this happens to all of them, you know, rather than people, if they're not interested, just tell you, and we think maybe that we make a call and they don't call back and we go, okay, fine. You don't know what's going on in people's lives. We have people that come 6 months later and go, yeah, I was just so busy at the time, it wasn't right. But we have a process of follow-up, which involves an ongoing message, not every day, maybe once a week. Week 1, leave a message. It was great to meet you. I'm really looking forward to speaking with you soon. Week 2, oh, look, I've left you a message. I'm sure you're busy. I'll give you a call back next week if I haven't heard from you. Here's my details. Week 3, look, and I always say this, I'm not stalking you, but look, I just like to give you the opportunity. So, look, I'll just keep calling you until I hear from you and you tell me to stop. Look, if they're not interested, they'll go, yeah, you know. Otherwise, you just keep following up. And that consistency, seriously, is amazing. It will pay off. Because as I said, if you look back at the statistics, 80% of sales, yes, 80%, require 5 follow-up calls after the meeting. 44% of salespeople give up after 1 follow-up, right? Don't be that person, because the fortune is absolutely in the follow-up, okay? Can I say it one more time? For the cheap seats in the back, 80% of all prospects convert to a customer after the 5th contact. Now look me honestly in the camera and tell me you do at least 5 follow-up calls. Yeah? No, it's hard. You got to do it. Okay, so just finishing off, the worst sales mistakes that people make. Not having an elevator pitch. So that's what I said right at the start. The foundations of your business are knowing how to have that conversation confidently, passionately, and authentically. Okay? Practice, practice, practice. Being prickly, so being a bit weird. Weird equals weird. Not being prepared, so it's practice. Sounding like a pushy salesperson. You don't need to. It will sell itself if you're passionate and confident. But then on the flip side, being over passionate, you know, you meet those over exuberant people and you're just like, whoa, back off, Betty. So there's a balance. Verbal diarrhea. So I've had that tonight, obviously, because I'm doing the presentation. But seriously, silence sometimes is golden. Don't feel like you have to fill in all the blanks by blah, blah, blah. Right? Stop and listen. Ask them an open-ended question. Being surprised by objections. You're going to get objections. You don't know what anyone's background is or what their experience is. So, you know, it's going to be different for everyone. Of course, there's going to be objections. Every time you walk into a shop, you probably object to ask questions about something. It's no different. Don't be afraid to say no. We do it. We've had people looking to join and it's like, this is not going to be a good fit for you. So don't be afraid to say no to a sale, a party or a consultant if you really don't feel it's right. Lack of transparency. We're very transparent. Please be the same. Lack of transparency breeds distrust. Lack of competitor knowledge. Look, you don't need to know too much about the competitors. The main thing is, to me, is actually not bagging our competitors. We never do that. We don't really have competitors. We do. But, you know, understand who they are and what our benefits are is a more powerful thing. Uncomfortable when discussing dollars. Be bold. Get it out there. If you are embarrassed about the numbers, they'll be embarrassed about talking about them as well. So just get it out there. We're very competitive. Failing to follow up because you assume they're not interested. Failing to deliver on a promise. If you've said you're going to call someone, and gosh, I put my hand up, I failed to deliver on my calls to Rachel Catgirt, who was very, very kind, because I had a couple of times I didn't, so I really hate to do that, so apologies again to Rachel. Assuming the job is in the bag, that's why you've got to have those closing questions. So that's where you'll know whether they are actually interested or not. And failing to evoke emotions. I mean, this is one business where you can legitimately be really passionate. So please do, or never lose that. Great, and I've just saw my little group chat, so I'm adding to the list. Self-doubt, yes, and you of all people should not, because you are absolutely amazing, my beautiful Rebecca. But yeah, look, self-doubt, and you know, we all go through times. We all have good times and bad times. We all have times, you know, where we doubt that we're doing the right thing. Can we be successful? Can we make it? I'm the same. I mean, PASH has been a roller coaster ride, you know. It's been highs and real lows in this business, and it's frustrating and it's challenging, but my why keeps me going. And that's all I can say is when you have self-doubt, think about why you started and what keeps you going, and that's what will pull you back over. And then think about if you can do something differently. So what is it that's maybe, throw what you've been doing out the window and try something new. Let's do it together. Pick yourself up and dust yourself off. Be passionate. You are so right, my gorgeous one. And we're here to support one another. And that's that whole thing about you're in business by yourself, for yourself, but not by yourself. And I really believe that when, you know, if anyone ever needs any support or anything, you know, I really see you all as us being a team, part of the family. So we're here. Okay, so all that said, just a quick overview to remind you that the next webinar is a group coaching and masterclass with Tash on Monday, the 8th of August. That one will be at 8 p.m. So you just have to really make note of the times because it does change a little bit. And Tash also needs to change the webinar, one of the webinars, but she will send you a communication around that. And the great thing is with the coaching session next time, it's going to be an all-in discussion as opposed to this as a presentation. You are going to have input and really get involved, okay? And the next webinar's around doubling your bookings. So a really practical, what can you do? All right, so it's going to be fantastic, chock full of stuff. Now, I did all send you a note around Elite Rewards. So, and I want you all to know that whatever you do, whatever you achieve is awesome. The first thing that you've got to feel proud about is that you're kicking your own goals, okay? So I want you to push yourself. I want to see what's possible. I want to see what you can achieve. And that's why I've asked you all to push your targets for reach targets. I was looking at some direct selling companies, you know, around the globe, and you know what they say they're you know, they had highlighted what, say, a part-timer is, which is maybe 3 to 4 parties a month, and then a hobbyist, and you know, somebody who is actually running it as a business and they're doing, you know, 10 to 20 parties. So it's, you know, really think about it as what can you do to push yourself over this period of time. You've all seen this, and you will all receive, you know, rewards along the way, but there's a minimum requirement if you want to actually reach the status and get some great bonuses. And you will be getting, every new person you sponsor, there'll be a $25 cash voucher at the time that they join. So regardless if they do nothing or not, or don't do anything, I should say, you will get that. The $50 cash bonus comes once they've actually done $1,000 in personal sales. And we try to add in some great additional incentives. In order to reach elite status, what we're saying is your sales target's 4,000 over the 2 months and 4 new girls. So that's 2 a month, which is still fairly low. And I'd love to see you all at least doubling that. But we will be incentivizing you and giving you some lovely rewards along the way. And I just wanted to highlight quickly, I know I've run over time, is that your ongoing rewards. So if you reach elite status, what the main thing that you will get is ongoing leads from us, so party, consultant, and customers that we'll be sending you through to help grow your business. But every month you can qualify for free product. So I know that's something that people want, and it's stuff that you can either add to your kit or you can sell. So if you know, you might, whatever the, and you'll get a chart to show, depending on your sales, how much cash you get. But that's basically just every month regardless, once you've done $1,000. And it's great because that's, you could then, you know, you might make an extra $100 just, or $200 just in the products that you're able to sell from that, whatever it might be. So I'm really looking forward to welcome you to that elite status, so that we can, as I mentioned to you all, this is a program about helping you really realize your potential, but the growth and the opportunity exists far beyond the ending of this course. So your actions. All right, everyone ready? And then you can all go off and have a wine before you hit the sack. So I want you to do 4 things for me. And really it's just focusing on the things that I've talked about. Tomorrow you'll get your frequently asked questions and your 10-step sales process. I want you to practice your PASH. I'd love to see them. I'd love a Facebook video of your PASH. I know not everyone feels comfortable doing that. Beck and Nikki have done them before and they're awesome. So they might share them tomorrow again, so that we can give everyone a bit of a boost start. But it can be 30 seconds. It doesn't have to be long. The shorter the better, really. So I'd love for you all to do that. Leads, create a plan for generating some leads. Parties, consultants, even just a couple of steps. Just start to think about that plan. Create your system if you don't have one for follow-up, and then learn that 10-step sales system. When I say learn it, print it off, have it, look through, and practice on someone. So I want you to run through with at least 4 people. It's a good opportunity, if you've got some existing leads, to call them back and just do a practice through, okay? It might sound a bit weird. You might fall over yourself a little bit to start with. Don't worry, just keep going, all right? So they're the 4 things. All good? And there will be rewards. So if you can get them back, I've got some goodies I'd like to send out to all you beautiful people once you've done your 4 things. And I forgot to put a date, didn't I? So this is by next Monday. So that's you've got a week. So yeah, all right. So I'll send that, and I'll send this out to you tomorrow as well. Any questions? Anything anyone wanted to add? Got Mandy seen he's not well. That's no good. No, everyone good? All good? Yay. Okay. Fantastic.
I might just jump in, Jo, if you don't mind. I just wanted to say I'm really excited to chat with you all next week, and I just wanted you to be prepared with what we might just go through at the beginning, and I will put a slide up for you when we get there. But just to be prepared to talk about how you're going this month so far. So you'll be a week in with just your sales and your upcoming bookings for the next 4 weeks. I really want to generate some discussion around what is actually happening in our business, as well as any leads that you have. And I'd love everyone to share just one very brief, short success in this month that they've had so far. So it could be anything from a sale to something that you've done in your home office. It could be anything, just a win. I really love it everyone to share something really positive. So just come prepared, ready to do that. And I've got a really great session planned for us. So I'll see you all then.
Great. Thanks, Tash. Okay, everyone. I'll rest my croaky voice. Beautiful. You put a smile on my dial as well too, Beck. Every time I see your beautiful face. Thank you all, my gorgeous, elite, fabulous ladies. Good night, and look forward to chatting with you all really soon. Bye.